Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG. And this is the second video in the Unfinity card spoilers. And if you saw my last video, I ended it off with squirrels, and we're going to start it off with squirrels because Unsets started off squirrels. So we have Happy Dead Squirrel, another sticker card that has Happy Dead and Squirrel, some arts with a hat on. One of them is a hat. And I will say that hats matter in this set. So you have it has ability sticker for 2 tickets. Tap to add 2 colorless mana. Spend this mana only to cast non-creature spells. Or 3 tickets and Infect. Which, if you don't know, Infect deals permanent damage. This permanent deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters to players in the form of poison, and to players in the form of poison counters. So creatures get -1/-1s instead of damaging their toughness, and players get poison counters. Now, poison counters, for those of you that don't understand poison counters, they're counters placed on a player, and if you get 10 or more of them, that player loses the game. So, highly important. You can have a power and toughness of 3/2 for 2 tickets, or 4/7 for 4 tickets. Next up, we have the Big Top, which is a land. It says tap it to add 1 mana of any color that appears on your top. Now, your top is defined as an outerwear garment worn on the upper body. And that is a card that is not playable in standard sets. Next up, we have a Planeswalker in Space Ballerin, making fun of the Planeswalker Jace Ballerin. 1 white, 1 blue, 2 colorless for a 3 loyalty legendary Planeswalker Jace. Space Sculptor. Space Ballerin divides the battlefield into alpha, beta, and gamma sectors. If a creature isn't assigned to a sector, its controller assigns it to one. Opponents assign first. So this is something that was in the Mark Rosewater spoilers, but it wasn't what I thought it was. But, it fits with the space theme. So to continue on, he has a +1, he starts off with 3 loyalty. He has a +1 loyalty of creatures in each sector can be blocked this turn only by creatures in the same sector. That makes sense. -1 loyalty, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature in the sector of your choice. That can go well, especially in political type of games. And -5 loyalty, destroy all creatures in the sector of your choice. So that his ultimate is, kind of a board wipe, which is interesting. And it is playable in normal Magic sets. So this can be this might be a freaky little card that somebody might creating some crazy jank deck. So look out for that one. Next up is Ignacio of Myra's Marvels. 2 red, 2 colorless for a 4/3 legendary lizard performer. As Ignacio of Myra's Marvels enters the battlefield, choose armor, blood, book, bottle, fang, fire, scroll, spear, sword, or water. Whenever you cast a spell with the chosen object and its art, create 2 treasure tokens. and has partner. You have two commanders if both have partner. And this is interesting because this card is not playable in standard sets. It has the little acorn symbol at the bottom. But again, this is something that artwork matters. So stuff in your art really does matter. Now we have another copy of alternate art of Space Ballerin, which seems to be kind of troping Buzz Lightyear. The artwork there, it's the full art. So we have full art. We have Showcase as well, which was also faced, I didn't explain, in the Space Family Goblinson. Next up we have Juggletron, which is 1 red, 2 colors for a 0/4 artifact creature, clown robot with trample. Whenever Juggletron attacks, you may put an art sticker on it. Juggletron gets +3/+0 for each item on its in its art that's not touching Juggletron, another item, or the card frame. So the artwork on Juggletron has a lot of empty space in the middle and top, and you've got to place your art stickers so they're not touching each other, or the frame of the card. And it gets +3/+0 for each of that, and it's trample, so it's a clown and a robot, and those things seem to matter in this set. Next up is the greatest show in the multiverse, 7 colorless mana for an artifact enchantment saga. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile 5 instant or sorcery cards you own with the same artist and different names from outside the game. So you've got to have a pretty deep sideboard with this. And chapters 1, 2, and 3, choose one of the exiled cards at random, cast it without paying its mana cost. So that. Next up, we have another sticker card. Is Eldrazi Guacamole Tightrope. And it has an ability sticker for 2 tickets, gives haste. And an ability sticker, you may cast this card from the graveyard by paying 2 life, in addition to paying its other cost, for 5 tickets. And a 1/4 power and toughness sticker for 2 tickets, and a 5/3 power and toughness sticker for 3 tickets. Next up, you have Robo Pinata. 1 white, 2 colorless for a 2/1 artifact creature clown robot. When Robo Pinata dies, choose 1. You get 2 tickets, or you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. So that's interesting. Next up is another sticker card in Unhinged Beast Hunt. Unhinged being the name of a previous unset. And for 2 tickets, you have an ability sticker that says tap, you gain 1 life. And for 4 tickets, you have an ability sticker that reads, when this creature attacks, tap each creature an opponent controls with same power and or same toughness as this creature. and a 4-1 power and toughness sticker for 2 tickets, and a 2-6 power and toughness sticker for 3 tickets. Next up, you have Phyrexian Midway Bamboozle. Again, each of these sticker cards, they all have 3 art stickers on it. And it has a ability sticker for 2 tickets. Whenever this creature attacks, you get a ticket. And for 3 tickets, it has Undying. When this permanent dies, if it had no +1/+1 counters on it, return to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter on it. And for 2 tickets, you get a 4-2 power and toughness sticker, or for 5 tickets, you get a 6-9 power and toughness sticker. Next up, we have Wizards of the Blank. Now, I've been told, and I think we covered this in the Morrow spoilers, the text spoilers, that there is going to be a cycle of these cards with blank. So, Wizards of the Blank, which means you can use one of your name stickers and put it onto the card. It's got 2 blue mana and 2 colors for a 3-1 human wizard performer. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on it. Then look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of unique vowels on that sticker. Put one of those cards in your hand and the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. The vowels A, E, I, O are A, E, I, O, U, and Y. Now, we covered this in the text, the Rosewater text spoilers, and it's not what I thought it was. So I am wrong about that. So that is a different. They went in a totally different direction here. Next up is something that is new and seems to be unique to this set, and it's called an attraction. The first one up is Centrifuge. Artifact Attraction. It has Visit. Player draws a card from their library of the player to their right, and you create 3 treasure tokens. Now, it has on the side of it 6 slots. So you roll a 6-sided die, and if it comes up with one of the colored ones, which on this card are 3 and 6, you get the bonus from the visit. Next up is another attraction in Dart Throw. Artifact Attraction. It's prizes. You get prizes at 2, 3, 4, and 6. Its visit is throw a card you own from outside the game onto the playing area from a distance of 3 feet. If that card touches Dart Throw, claim the prize. So again, this is unset silliness. You do all sorts of things from stuff outside the game, stuff around you matters. So the prize is create two pink teddy bear creature tokens, sacrifice Dart Throw, then open an attraction. So you get to have another attraction. Next up is Fortune Teller. Artifact Attraction. With its good results are 2, 3, and 6. If you get the visit, you scry 1. Next up is Haunted House. With its good rolls of 3 and 6. Return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile at the beginning of your end step. Next up is Lifetime Pass Holder. What? And lifetime is in quotes. lifetime pass holder. 1 black mana for a 2/1 zombie guest. Lifetime pass holder enters the battlefield tapped. When lifetime pass holder dies, open an attraction. Whenever you roll to visit your attraction, if you roll a 6, you may return a lifetime pass holder from your graveyard to the battlefield. So, and you can play this in a regular Magic deck. Next up is Goblin Blastronauts. 2 red, 3 colors for a 5/4 Goblin employee. When Goblin Blastronauts enters the battlefield, open an attraction. Whenever you roll a 6, you may copy the spell, ability, or attraction visit that caused you to roll that die. You may choose new targets for the copy. So that's when you roll any die. If it lands on a 6. Interesting. Again, not a card playable in Standard. Next up is Omni Clown Colossus. A beefy 2 red, 8 colors for a 7/7 artifact creature clown robot that has Pyroclasm, which is 2 red, 3 colors for a sorcery adventure. Pyroclasm deals Pi's damage, as in 3.14159, and so on and so forth, damage to each non-clown creature. So kind of like a board wipe. How to calculate Pi isn't important. It's just a smidgen more than 3. But that might matter in fractional cards, because that also is something we went over in the text spoilers. And it also has this has affinity for clowns. The spell costs 1 colorless less to cast for each clown you control, and it has trample. So this is a card you want in your clown deck, in your Unfinity clown deck. Has a minor board wipe and as an adventure, and it costs less for all the clowns you have. And they're cards that make clowns. Next up is Surprise Party. 1 white, 2 colorless for an enchantment that reads, Surprise Party enters the battlefield. When Surprise Party enters the battlefield, yell, Surprise! And put onto the battlefield a number of printed clown robot tokens that aren't touching each other that you had on the battlefield before before you cast Surprise Party, that weren't spotted by an opponent before you cast Surprise Party. Robots you control get +1/+0 and have vigilance. So again, more Unfinity silliness about cards on the, hiding cards on the board, doing all sorts of crazy stuff that, that you would do if you were normally cheating it in a card game, hiding cards. Next up is Hat Trick. 1 white, 1 colorless for an instant that reads, target blocking or blocked creature you control gets +1/+1 gains first strike until end of turn. If it has a hat, it gains double strike until end of turn. If you and that creature each have a hat, it gains triple strike until end of turn. So I've talked about how hats matter on numerous of the sticker art cards. There are hat art cards, so hats matter. Next up is Rockstar. So we're gonna end with this. It's gonna be for 1 red, 4 colorless. It's a 4/5 elemental performer with reach. When Rockstar enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Ask a person outside the game, choose which of them is most like a rock band. Then put that card into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And we talked about that type of thing in the text spoilers. So we're gonna end it here with this section of the Unfinity spoilers. We're gonna move on to the next one. We're at 21 minutes now, so we gotta go. So we're gonna